Oh Millionaire is much more than just winning. It's literally trying to help the world to stop global warming.
I can win up to 100,000 dirhams.
Exactly.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Millionaire Podcast. With us, I have someone very special. He's one of 3 Lotto game designers in the world, and he's here with us to share all insights about Millionaire. Mr. Ravsi Martin.
Thank you, Madonna. And yeah, I try to share all the secrets I know. Maybe not all, but I mean most of them at least.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm happy for our podcast today and interesting topics we always have. So yeah, please, I just encourage the people again, like to challenge us, sending us questions.
Yeah.
No matter what you have in mind, but I mean, we pick the interesting ones where we believe that it's interesting for everybody. I'm glad to be here today.
Today's topics are broken down to 4 small topics. The first one, as it goes, why trees?
Oh, well, trees. I mean, it's a lot of trees are always based on a social cause, let's say. In our case, like it's the Oasis Park, which is like an environmental program to plant trees. Now, the question is like, why trees? The world is discussing global warming, right? And I was like, a few years back, I was like, what can we do? What can everybody do to help fighting global warming? And one of the issues for global warming is obviously the CO2 pollution in the air that heats up more or less the planet. It's like some science behind it, but it's and so how can we reduce basically this carbon footprint in the world? Trees is the easiest way, I believe. This is just obviously a very single opinion, but probably shared by a lot of scientists as well. Is an easy way to store carbon dioxide. Because, I mean, trees are basically breathing in. I mean, now it's kind of, think about it. I mean, like, so you're breathing in the CO2, right? The carbon dioxide. And then you're breathing out, but this is like only in a tree matter, it's only oxygen. And the carbon stays in the tree to build the trunk, the branches, the roots and everything. And you need the photosynthesis to do this process, right? So the green leaves are necessary to do so. Now, if... And trees are very interesting because, I mean, you can plant trees, they are growing. The trees, I mean, we do this to sink or to store the carbon dioxide, right? I mean, this is like the main goal we have. But also, like, if you're planting trees and you're creating a forest, then there are different things, I mean, that's happening. For example, we are talking to scientists, of course, like when we're doing this Oasis Park program. So we know that, for example, if you have only 10 square kilometers, and this is actually not that much, it's like more or less like 3 by 3 kilometers. I mean, then it's only 9 square kilometers, but I mean, a little bit more, a couple of 100 meters more. But this is also already changing the microclimate in the area. So it's helping to regulate temperatures, for example. It changes humidity. It even you can measure this in more rainfall in the area. So this is just an amazing thing. Then if you have like the forest, of course you have the biodiversity. You're having more flowers, more animals. And I mean, they find a habitat, right, in this forest. Another reason, for example, especially because we are planning always like to plant the trees in desert areas, let's say. You prevent like soil erosions, right? There are like big programs in China, for example, where they try to plant trees to stop like the deserts of spreading. And there are a lot of ways, but I mean, we are in this tree planting thing, and then like another thing is, of course, like when you look at aspect of like emotion or whatever, the health idea for even humans. I mean, green and trees are giving you like a good feeling, right? So the mental health well-being is affected by trees. Like when people walking in the parks during the weekends, like to restore their energy for the next tree coming up. So, but all these kind of facts were like the reason why we decided we want to go into trees.
Okay, perfect. And the second topic that everyone's asking, what is a green certificate?
Okay, green certificate is more or less like a digital proof that when you buy a ticket with Millionaire, and you do this obviously because you want to be a millionaire, you want to change your life, that we are really investing in this Oasis Park. Okay. So that's your digital proof. It has a unique serial number on it.
Okay.
And it should give you the confidence then that this is real and we are really doing it. Now, we are working right now also like on a blockchain technology to make sure nobody is manipulating or changing the certificate numbers.
Okay.
And this is like really, like a really wonderful idea. I personally think it's a wonderful idea that people are really participating in this environmental goal we are having. I mean, Millionaire is much more than just winning. It's literally trying to help the world to stop global warming. So the green certificate, I mean, it's generated when you buy a ticket. For each ticket, you get a green certificate, and that should give you the proof. Yes, it's going into this program,
and it has a raffle ID attached.
And additional, it has a raffle ID. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's the beauty about it.
Great.
And the raffle ID, it gives you the chance to win, and you know that how much?
Yeah, you can win up to 100,000 dirhams.
Exactly. Isn't it amazing? Just, I mean, this is an additional chance to win just with your green certificate.
And the third topic is, what is Oasis Park?
Okay, the Oasis Park is, we call the Oasis Park like this forest, the tree planting and having like this forest, right? We are doing this in different countries right now. Obviously, we are planting trees every week, every day, basically. And, but, it's not, when you contribute to the Oasis Park project, it's not just planting the trees, because you have to do the land preparation, for example. We are using very, very modern technologies to water the plants in the desert, because we are using AWGs, stands for stands for atmospheric water generators. They produce out of humidity water, and in a day they can produce up to 6,000 liters, one of these machines. So we can even water the plants in the desert without using groundwater, for example. Then of course you have to pay for maintaining the forest and the trees, and you have to basically to go through the forest and remove leaves and branches. We want later on. We also want to have our own research centers, for example, where people really can come and do their research, like students or even schools, to learn about the impact of our Oasis Park project. So the Oasis Park is the overall tree planting idea with everything that is necessary, starting from the infrastructure to plant trees, then planting, of course, the trees, keeping them alive, and, like at the end of the day, monitoring, how successful the whole project is. So Oasis Park is born in Oman.
Okay.
And that's why the O in O Millionaire, Oasis Park. And hopefully it inspires other people to do the same. If it's one tree in your garden, or if you have like some acres, like in your backyard, start planting trees. It's just a simple way, and it's a wonderful idea, and it's for the next generations.
Also, another quick question is, how much CO2 does a tree absorb?
That depends on the tree, obviously, on the size of the tree. If the wood of the tree is very heavy, then it stores more, obviously, and then a very light one, right? Like palm trees, really light weighted. But in average, a mature tree can absorb up to 22 kilograms CO2 per year. Now imagine, our project is like planting 60 million trees, right? So we are trying to absorb like more than 1.4 million tons of CO2 every year. And this is a big amount, actually. Even so, it contributes to the world it's a very small thing. But if you have like many people doing this, then obviously it's going to have an impact.
Wow. That's a lot. And the fourth topic, how does a green certificate work with O Millionaire?
Well, if you are going to buy a ticket, you mainly buy a green certificate automatically.
Okay.
So, you are generating a green certificate every time you are choosing your 7 lucky numbers.
Okay.
And that means basically you're contributing to the Oasis Park program. You are contributing to plant trees.
Okay.
So this is just a wonderful idea, right? And you can enter into a draw, what we just discussed before, where you can even win with your lucky number, with your certificate number, which is a unique number. For as long as O Millionaire is running, every certificate number is unique.
Okay.
And you can win with this every week. You can win 100,000 dirhams.
Perfect. Wow.
So it's additional chance, right? Besides like choosing your 7 numbers. This is like a win-win situation. I would say like a win-win between you as a participant and contributing to the environment and to the world, more or less, right? I personally, I really love this idea in not just investing in changing your life, but investing in your life and your next generations by contributing through the green certificate to the world.
Perfect.
And there are like really nice stories, by the way. I'm going to share with you because sometimes obviously we're getting like a lot of feedback from our community and players. So basically there's like one woman from Oman, and she was writing like, even so I might not be a millionaire ever.
Okay.
I know I do something good for my grandchildren.
Ooh, wow.
That has so much power, right? And I think it's a wonderful idea. So this is the Oasis Park, and the green certificate is, to bring it to the point, is more or less like the digital proof and printout you can do, and you can download it in your wallet. If you want. You can show it to friends. You can even like frame it if you want to. But it's a digital proof that your contribution is going into the Oasis Park project.
Well, there you have it. All you need to know about these few topics. Stay tuned for another episode of the O Millionaire Podcast. Until then,
you can't win if you don't play.